Hi, and welcome to No More Homework Battles. I'm Liz Weaver of Learning Success, and I'll be your host for this exciting video series. We understand that homework can be a battle. We're here to make life easier for you and your child by showing you how to win the homework battle. In this video series, you will hear from a variety of educational professionals and parents alike. Each one will give you a tried and true tip for helping you and your child enjoy homework time once again. In today's video, we have PM DeVuono. Mr. D is a teacher who looks at things differently and who is bold enough or crazy enough to speak and write his mind about what he has seen. Some teachers and parents say he was the first person they'd heard speak about education who made sense to them. Now, some administrators, politicians, as well as other teachers have labeled him as negative, politically incorrect, troublemaker, and too much of a smarty pants for his own good. He is an educator, author, speaker, blogger, teacher, trainer, and a published composer and musician. And he says he's a pessimist because of his experience with educational reform, a pragmatist because of necessity, and an optimist because of his faith in people. In this video, he is going to speak to us about how to eliminate homework struggles by being preemptive about homework discussions. Let's watch.
Hi there, I'm Mr. D and I'm here to help you with homework. We're going to talk about basically an overview. First of all, start early. If you can start before your child is even in the academic grades, that's great. Ask them how their day went. When they get used to talking about their day, and when they're young, they love talking about their day, it'll be easier to talk to them about homework. It'll be easier for them to assimilate your views on homework. Now let's say you were unable to establish such a bond and your child is now in high school having trouble and you don't know what to do. First of all, ask them about their favorite class before you ask about the class they're having trouble with. Say, what class, do you have any class that's your favorite? Any class you like? Now it might be none. And if you get, none. Okay. Well, what's happening in, what's your first period class? Ask about what's happening in the classes. If you keep getting nothing, 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 no, or you're unsatisfied with the answers, go, okay. I'm going to give you a little notebook and a pen. Tomorrow I want you to write down what you learned in each class. And if nothing is happening in those classes, maybe I need to go to school and sit in the back of the room and watch them teachers and make sure that they're teaching you. Your education's important. You're important to me and your education's important. And if those teachers aren't teaching you anything, I want to know about it. That's usually enough to get you a good report from the child as to what's happening at school. And you should be fine with that. If you talk to them about their homework or you're trying to help them with their homework and they just don't seem to be getting it or they're fidgeting, remember, or you're about to explode, remember, they're biological creatures and you're a biological creature. Go out, say, okay, we're going to work 10 minutes, then we'll go out and play basketball for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Set a timer. Getting the blood flowing will get you both back to planet Earth. I've had students that really worked for it. It keeps you from yelling. Don't yell at your child. Don't yell, how come you're not doing this, what you're not doing? We used to yell at my brother why he couldn't read. Then we found out later he was dyslexic. We learned what to do and we were able to get him reading. I never had a child learn by yelling at them and scolding them. I got their attention to yell at it by yelling at them. Hey, stop that. You're here to learn math, not do that. But beyond that, don't yell. Try to be a friend of a child. Learn the vocabulary. Oh, I can't stress this one enough. Learn the vocabulary. Start early, and particularly in math. But every single class is a language arts class. Every single class has its own vocabulary. And if you learn the vocabulary, it becomes easy. I was once teaching a lesson where the vocabulary was multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of the coefficient of the y variable. If you don't know the vocabulary, that's impossible to do. And different books use the vocabulary differently, so a lot of times you want to learn the definition both ways. Make flashcards. One of the kids in my building is learning about prime numbers and factors. When I walk by her, I go, what's a prime number? That sort of thing. That's the sort of help that really helps a kid with homework. Have your child teach you. Hey, maybe you didn't go to the same classes or take that far. Have your child teach you. If they teach you, they will learn the class. If they're failing, start at the beginning. Find out what they know. Learn Krashen's input plus one hypothesis, which is basically find out where they're at and then not kick it up a notch. If all they can do is add and subtract, start there. Don't start with algebra. Start with adding and subtracting. Learn what an addend is. Learn what a difference is. Learn what a sum is. Learn the vocabulary. Have your child teach you. Make it a family affair. You can play vocabulary games with the whole family. Now, don't do that if you've got a lot of sibling rivalry and fighting and stuff, but a lot of times the children like teaching one another. Don't be afraid to learn. Please don't be afraid to learn. One of the best lessons I ever got was from my father. He grew up in a bilingual household, and there were a lot of words he didn't know. I'd come home from school and start talking about it. He said, what's that word mean? And if I didn't know, we'd have to both look it up. And those of you that think that you know it all, I had a student come up to me, teacher, what means the word such? I said, can you use it in a sentence? He said, he's such a baby. Oh, I think the word you mean is such. Suddenly, I've spoken English all my life, and suddenly, what's the definition of such? Let's get Mr. Dictionary and look it up. Don't be afraid to look it up. Don't be afraid to learn. Please never, never, never tell your child, that's okay, I couldn't do that stuff either. I still can't, I'm doing fine. Don't ever make excuses for yourself or your child. Never say, that's okay, I didn't learn that stuff either, but you're gonna learn it. Because that makes it difficult to say, you know, I didn't learn that stuff in school, maybe we can both learn it together. That'll bring you closer to your child. Find out what your kid likes and learn something about it. Even if it's rap music or skateboarding, I tell you, that really helped me in my classes. If you can make one reference that they think is cool, you'll be fine. Please, please, please be patient with your child. Love your child. I know you want them to succeed. Stay in touch. Together we can work it all out, and your child will do just fine. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. D. That was a great video and a great reminder about how we can be preemptive. This video has been part of our No More Homework Battles series. We created this because so many parents struggle with homework battles. Please make sure to share this video, and when you do, if you would use the hashtag NMHB, No More Homework Battles, so we can find you on social media. If you would like to be a part of this initiative and share your story or expertise on the subject of No More Homework Battles, you can get in touch with us by going to www.learningsuccesssystem.com and use the contact form. If you would put No More Homework Battles in the subject line. Thank you for taking the time to show up today and watch and share this video. In case no one else has told you today, you are an amazing parent. I appreciate you for showing up and doing what it takes to embrace your child's brilliance and unleash their potential. I'm Liz Weaver of Learning Success, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.